Morales for a moment before she backed off. Now it's Olivia Olson off the back of the iron. Rebound for Jenkins.
Well, Olivia Olson, I mean, she has the ability to dunk the basketball. I mean, she has great explosiveness, but she loves to get that little baby hook off right in front of the rim. Just missed the mark on that one.
Well, senior day was a little calmer here at Georgetown than it was at Providence earlier in the week. Providence has 10 seniors that they honored.
Yeah, how about that? Erin Bath and her staff. That's a lot to replace right there. And also the injuries that they sustained. I mean, they have had all of their point guards essentially depleted because of injuries.
You see out there is Olson with a big knee brace on, so, and the same for Morales. So it's not as if these injuries are escaping players on the floor as well.
Exactly.
It's just whoever can get out there basically at this point in the season for Providence.
No doubt. I mean, Georgetown, one of the better defensive teams, as you see all the deflections. When you can rotate like that on a string, you know you're doing your job as a unit.
There's the head coach of the Hoyas, Darnell Haney. Had a pretty good year last year. Georgetown finished strong. They won 23 games. Mentioned the injuries taking a toll. Your daughter, one of them on Georgetown this year.
Yeah, really tough last season for Brianna Scott to sustain that injury in the semifinals. Beat Creighton. Creighton was in the top 20 at the time, and they went to the championship game in the Big East tournament against UConn. But it was a great run. I mean, last year, you talk about this Georgetown team and the emotional resilience that they had to really go through with the loss of their head coach, Tasha Butts, who passed away from breast cancer after joining the staff here as the head coach in April and passed away in the fall.
Well, you never know how it turns out once the Big East tournament begins next week. This is a three, and that's the first basket. Siobhan Ryan gets Georgetown on the board.
Well, that's what they need, right? The floor spacing and the extra passes, those kickouts, those paint touches with the basketball, dribble drives, getting a piece of the paint, and then kicking out. Providence has to do a better job of rotating on the catch.
Olson playing off 1 foot, basically, as she was able to leap off the left foot and get that one to go down.
Yeah, it's her speed, and not just the speed of the shot, but it's the speed of when she gets connected to the defense. And if you're defending Olson, you got to stay loose on her. That's what she wants, that contact, so she can maneuver against it and with it.
She's one of those 10 seniors for Providence. She had a big day on senior day, 18 and 12 against Villanova.
She's going to attack that glass. A lot of her points come on second chance opportunities, so Georgetown has a battle inside with that.
There was a turnover right before a shot clock violation. So Providence was going to end up with it anyway. Fosa stops and pops.
That's what I tried to tell you. Listen, Fosa is going to stop on a dime like that in transition. Good luck at stopping at the same force that she stops with to be able to disrupt and contest a shot like that. That was just tremendous skill.
Into the backcourt and a violation as Georgetown turns it over. Erin Bath is the head coach for Providence. The Friars haven't made the NCAA tournament in a long time. And only had a couple of winning seasons over the last 30-plus years, but Erin Bath trying to get this program in the right direction.
No, she's been great. I mean, she served as an assistant coach, an associate head coach at probably about 8 different universities, and she has just really gained a lot of wealth of knowledge at each stop that she's been at.
She certainly brings a lot of experience to Providence. This is Olson. Again, kind of playing just on one leg, and she's had a good start here.
That's all she needs. Listen, it's the flick of the wrist for me. It's the early positioning down in there and the turn and shoot. That's the toughest shot to guard. I don't care what you're trying to do. You don't have to mix things up and put between your legs 10 dribbles. Turn and shoot it. Simplify things. It's a thing of beauty.
Morales catch and shoot three, and drained by Morales. Marta Morales Ramiro from long range, and a good start for Providence, a 9-0 run. For Providence as they are out to a 9-3 lead. Today's game brought to you by Jeep. There's only one. 6:36 to play here in the first quarter, and Olivia Olson has made her presence felt early on.
Well, it's been a barbecue chicken alert on the interior for Olson. She gets early positioning down inside, and then she's going to make you pay with that dribble bump to create the space to lift and flick it over the front of the rim. She has just been a dominating force inside.
You see the battle in the paint today between Olsen and Jenkins. Both have had 10 double-doubles this year, and both really will get their fair share of rebounds. So how do they go about facing off here against one another today?
Oh, I love this battle. You know, it's all about the trench work. Are you going to get down into the mud and make plays for your team? So far, Olsen is getting the job done in there offensively. But I want to see the battle on the glass. I think that's where this game is going to be won or lost by both teams respectively.
Now, normally when Georgetown wins, they get a lot of rebounds. They have had a huge rebounding margin in their victories in Big East play. The problem for them has been the victories have been few and far between this year.
Well, their guards really rebound the basketball well, and I think that's what makes the difference, right? You don't just rely on your interior players and that presence to corral those rebounds. Everybody does the work, especially on long shots.
Now, we've seen this a couple of times where Georgetown has run out of time in a possession. What's causing that?
Well, the disruption that Providence has created defensively. They're taking away the gaps, which is right there at the elbows, and those are the areas that Georgetown craves to attack. And they have done a great job early on in this game to take that away.
Providence is on a 9-0 run that has spanned over the last couple of minutes. Georgetown hit a 3 early, and they haven't scored since. Here's a 3 from Morales, and it's another one for the Flyers. 12 unanswered points.
Oh, what a fantastically executed play there by Providence. The little screen on that weak side disallowed a recovery to the shot.
Second 3 from Morales, now a block for Olsen. Morales, the leader for Providence in threes this year. Ifosa, a little too far with that one. On the second effort, it's a foul as Emily Archibald will be at the free throw line.
Well, Aaron Bath was in a stance over there on the bench, clapping up her team's effort on the boards. But it was the execution on the previous possession for me. Look at the sequence by Providence. They did a tremendous job. A little skip pass, but then it's that screen that set the spacing up for that triple. The Friars are frying from range because of execution like that.
Here's Archibald, another of the Providence seniors at the free throw line. From Kennebunk, Maine, she was two-time Maine Gatorade Player of the Year.
We're talking about a player in Kylie Shepard who is out for the season. I mean, she was their mainstay in terms of controlling the pace of play for Providence, but everybody is playing for the seniors. There are 10 of them. It's a collective effort. They're playing for collective team pride, but with 10 seniors, you know, there's not a lot of talking up you have to do to a team like that has that much experience with one another. Things happen, adversity happens, but it's how you respond to that adversity. You know, whether it be injury, illness, or whatever. Transfers, you know, transfer portal has become a situation for teams as well, but, you know, for them to just have a collective force of experience with those 10 seniors, even in the absence of a player like Kylie, I think it's been really impressive to see.
Georgetown just trying to get a basket. It's been a while. Here's an opportunity for 3, but it's no good for Ransom. Georgetown's made just one shot here in the first 5 minutes. Meanwhile, Providence making them all right now. They have scored 14 in a row, and they have the ball here.
Yeah, and that's another thing, right? Georgetown, they're not rebounding because Providence is making shots. They like to get out into the open court off of rebounds and steals. Let's see if they can get an early opportunity here on the offensive end.
It was Jenkins with the rebound after the missed 3 by Ifosa. Hessian looking for some space and drains a jumper.
Yeah, I love her game. I mean, she has just grown up in front of our eyes this season as a freshman. Cotty has been lights out from the mid-range.
That ends the 14-0 run that Providence had been on. This is Farrell trying to back her way down. And it didn't work out for her.
Oh, it was like she hit an ice patch right there and got herself back up, because I would not have been able to keep my balance after slipping like that. But good paint defense there by Georgetown. And then some press here just to contain the speed of play that Georgetown wants to push the pace with. Just a 1-2-2 containment look, three-quarter court Providence has put on a couple of defensive possessions.
All the ice has melted outside. It is 60 degrees here today.
It is.
I guess she found a patch here inside. There's Ransom. She was unable to really get a good shot off with the defenders draped over her, including Morales.
Good box outs, not allowing Georgetown to get second chance opportunities in there either.
Archibald whips her way to the basket but couldn't finish. Archibald lost Hessian but couldn't score. Ransom can, plus the foul.
How about that? That's what makes Kelsey Ransom so incredibly tough to stop. Right? She's going to put pressure on the primary defender and the second line. There's the primary defender. She's gone. And then the secondary defender can't get to her because she's too quick. That deceleration and then back to acceleration to the rack. Kelsey Ransom going to her weak hand, the left side. I mean, I don't know if she has a weak hand. I mean, she just attacks with such ferocity on both sides of the basket.
Averaging close to 20 points per game. She only had 9 when Georgetown beat Providence in January in Rhode Island. Despite a hot start here from Providence, Georgetown starting to close the gap. Whistle about something. You see Ransom below her norm against Providence last time these two teams played.
Yeah, and it's that three-point shot that she's perfected this season, just under 30% on the year. Not knocking in any in that game. Obviously put a dent in her overall production. But she has been able to be a 3-and-D player this year. You know she's going to bring the defense. Speaking of it, she's right there in the gap getting a piece of that one. And she's just so active with her hands and feet defensively.
Morales trying to cut through, and she can't. Ransom took it away.
Yeah, right there in the gap for that weak side pass. Disallowed it.
Open shot three. Wilson can't get it. And Morales drags down the rebound for the Friars.
They just have so many initiators. Again, in the absence of all of their point guards due to injury, everyone has had to pick up the slack in terms of pushing pace the other way.
This three. That one from Farrell. Coming off a good game where she nearly had a triple-double against Villanova. She had 17 points with 7 rebounds and 8 assists.
Solid performance by her. I mean, a well-rounded option for Providence.
Georgetown makes some changes as they put Kalia Myrick's in the game.
Myrick's one of the other seniors for Georgetown. She's a rapid defender, stays on her toes. Provides some depth on the interior for the Hoyas.
Ifosa had Ransom with a hand in her face and still able to hit the three.
Did that kiss the glass? I think it got a piece of the glass and went in.
It sounded like it might have.
The backboard and go in from the baseline. What?
Providence only 27% from 3 as a team this year, but they have had a great start here in the first quarter. They made 3 threes.
Let's take a look at that last shot in the corner. Here's Providence skipping it out to the corner. Ifosa sizes it up. Oh no, it went straight in. Unless it smooshed a little bit that I missed, but it looked like from our angle it may have like skimmed the backboard.
Providence 3 out of 5 from 3-point range in the early going, and again for a team that shoots 27% from 3, 60% here in the first quarter today.
Well, they got one off that fade screen that was pretty open, but the other two have been contested. So tough buckets from the outside. Now the tight shot clock.
And it's down to 4. They're going to have to make a move. Morales trying to get around Wilson. Puts up the 3, and it doesn't go down. And a good effort just to get the shot off before the violation.
Good idea to bring the basketball back out, reorganize in the quarter court, and get what you want.
Wilson looking for a lane. Left it up for Myrick's, but it floated out of bounds. So it's another turnover from Georgetown. They've had a handful here in the first quarter.
No, well, you see the idea there. They like that high pick and roll right there at the nail, which is right by the Big East logo on the outside of the free throw line. And then slide that post down the weak side. You just have to put that basketball in her hands. And now a horn set by Providence trying to open up the paint.
Nice move underneath the basket as Bandoma gets 2 and will be at the free throw line.
Oh my. That was a big time bucket down inside. Myrick's tried her best to take away that baseline, but to no avail. As soon as you turn that left leg as a defender, you open up the door to opportunities for your opponent, and right there, a smooch off the window for good measure, the and one for the Friars.
Well, Bandoma only averages a couple points per game, but a pretty slick move underneath the basket for someone who doesn't score a lot.
Solidly strong. Bandoma is just force. Look at her shoulders. I mean, that's tough to stop down in there. That one body bump. That would be done for sure. Get a bump. We're like, you got it. Listen, all you have to do is wall up. Just don't give up that baseline. Just stay square as much as you can. It's going to hurt, but you got to take the baseline away. Here's that high ball screen now. Georgetown looking for an opening to attack. Providence doing a good job of taking it away again.
Long jumper, no good from McBride. A rejection underneath as Nariah Scott got up and knocked it out of bounds.
And Nariah Scott did a good job right there. She missed on the rebound, but made up for it on the block shot and the attempted second chance opportunity.
A minute left here in the first quarter. As the ball rolls around, it's picked up by Wilson. Here's a three. Rivera can't get it to go. In and out. Battle to the rebound. Rivera scooped it and scored.
And found some loose change in the couch right there. Just get the ball and go. Broken plays. You can make plays off of broken plays. Hustle for it and get a bucket.
Shot clock is off at the end of the first. Ifosa hoping to get one last opportunity to score, and he has it ripped away as Rivera knocked it out of bounds. 2 seconds left.
Georgetown did a good job right there of switching the action on that dribble handoff, that DHO.
Will have to be quick. Bandoma got it and just couldn't get it around the rim. As the first quarter comes to an end, a good one for the Friars. A few threes got them rolling as they lead by 10.
The best compliment, right? But what you're missing is the middle of the sandwich there, the mid-range. We'll see if Providence can attack on all three levels. But they've been awesome from three, and they've been attacking the cup as well with contact inside.
Providence has a 13-3 advantage in points off turnovers so far. Hessian hits a three, and a good start to the second quarter for Georgetown.
And they needed that, right? They needed a punch of offensive production. Now they can get into their 2-2-1, three-quarter court containment trap. Look at this. They're trying to maybe look to close on that.
Well, Morales ran out of time. Almost got it to Olsen before it was a violation. But that defense from Georgetown really clamped on Providence.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, that's what needs to happen for Georgetown. They have to score the basketball so that they can apply their staunch defensive effort. There's the bucket right there from three for Cotty. And then they got right into their 2-2-1 and turned them over with a 10-second call.
Rivera forces it up, and Morales grabs the rebound. All Providence in the first quarter. Nice job by Archibald to keep that alive for the Friars. Swing pass out. Ifosa three. Left it short, and Jenkins gets the rebound.
What a pinpoint pass, though, on that spray out triple try by Providence. And that's what you want. You want to get it right into the shot pocket. Ifosa just couldn't pay it off.
Jenkins' putback is good.
We were talking about Ariel Jenkins and her ability to get to the offensive glass in particular. 10 rebounds per contest for the Hoyas. Her nickname is Ajax because she cleans the glass every single time on both sides of the floor. She's pretty amazing.
Nice bounce feed. Ifosa leads Olsen to the basket.
Perfectly executed. Draw two to the basketball and drop it off to the weak side. Free and easy money over there.
These teams are flying now. It's Ransom off the side of the rim. Ifosa keeping up the pace, going straight to the basket. The layup good.
That's just flat out tough. Ifosa is just so long and lanky, even though her stature is not that tall. She plays big with those long arms, but her ability to stretch like that beyond the defense, that's pretty tough to stop.
And a track meet for the last couple minutes.
And that could favor Georgetown if they could make shots.
Ransom just popped it out of the hand of Morales as it goes out of bounds, and the teams will make some changes. Providence inserting 3 new players into the game, including Bandoma.
Well, it has been a tennis match. Both teams scoring with some fluidity right now. Look at Ariel Jenkins climbing the ladder to snatch that one down and put it back in nicely for Georgetown inside.
The regular season finale for both teams. Big East tournament will start soon. Most of the rest of the conference will finish tomorrow. Shot clock's winding down, and Scarlett has no chance.
Good job by Georgetown there to disallow a touch. The bench is up and active, excited about it. Darnell Haney looking at the playbook in his hand right there. What are we going to run next? We'll see what that looks like for Georgetown down here and see if they can get some early action in the quarter court. Looking for a high ball screen for her, trying to free Kelsey Ransom. She loves to get downhill.
Ransom will get herself to the free throw line. Georgetown only 6 of 22 from the field, but they're still very much alive in this game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, the energy that Kelsey Ransom brings to the floor is palpable. I mean, it just makes you smile, right? Because she's just going to attack with full force and really put pressure on the defense. Look at the two bodies of defenders right there trying to slow her drive, and it's just tough to stop her. Look at what she's done lately.
Hey, the weekly honor roll with a big week, and her recent performances at 14 points on Wednesday against St. John's. Georgetown trying to break a 6-game losing streak here and get a little momentum into the Big East tournament, where a run could await anyone. Got to go through UConn at the end of it, but you never know how it could shake out.
UConn, another regular season championship for the Huskies.
Good defense again from Georgetown. Scarlett turned it over right in front of the Hoya bench.
A lot of clapping over there on the bench for Georgetown. And they love a good defensive stop. Take a look right here. Hey, that sideline becomes your friend, especially when you're trying to clamp down in a trap. Defense applying the pressure.
Ransom kept her dribble despite losing control.
Whoa,
trying to fight off the defender. And an offensive foul is called against Ransom.
A lot of contact in there, and Kelsey Ransom was saying there was contact before that, but sometimes if you can't get to your shot in 2 or 3 dribbles maximum, you got to spray it out. And right there, he's trying to force the issue. Kelsey Ransom trying to turn her way and serpentine an opportunity for a shot, and got her elbow right into the collarbone of the defender for the charge.
Michaela Scarlett who got sprayed out instead. She got laid out by Ransom. As time is called, we're going to have a timeout here on the floor. Ransom got poked in the eye.
Maybe a contact situation there for her.
A timeout on the floor here in the second quarter in D.C. Providence still up on Georgetown here at McDonough Arena. They were looking at that last foul to see if there was a little more to it than just a common foul for Ransom, but it will stand as a common foul.
Yeah, it'll say a common foul, and Providence will lose a 30-second timeout there, but right there is the contact that they wanted to adjudicate, and they deemed it a common foul, which was the call on the floor. So they're going to just take the possession. Nothing to upgrade, so we play on.
It's not going to help the bruise on Michaela Scarlett's back, though.
Hey, man, listen. I told you it's going to hurt, but you got to get there. That's the deal.
Providence with a 7-point lead. They took the lead thanks to a 14-0 run in the first quarter.
A 1-2-1-1 look here by Georgetown. Let's see if they trap out of this. It's easier to trap out of a diamond shape. Right here, they're going to run and jump it and take away the middle.
Providence able to sneak through this time.
Yep.
And they post it with a double dribble.
And that's what the pressure does from Georgetown, right? They want to speed you up. They want to make you feel rushed with your decision making. And right there, you saw the double dribble. Erin Bath not pleased with that ability to get through the pressure that Georgetown applied.
Providence averages 18 turnovers a game. They have 7 so far in this one.
See if Georgetown can get those points off turnovers and turn that into a highlighted part of their offensive production.
Foul away from the basketball here. Haven't heard a ton of whistles in the early part of this game. only the second team foul in this second quarter against Providence. Friars will make a change. They insert Nariah Scott back in.
Providence switching on Kelsey Ransom there, not allowing her to get that touch on the lane line on the strong side.
Every player we've seen from Providence today is a senior. I don't think they've played any non-seniors yet.
Yeah, I mean, there's 10 of them to choose from. So you go to the bench, you're bringing a senior in most likely. But, you know, I mean, there's beauty in that too, right? You have a lot of trust in players with that much experience. If you're Aaron Bath, he's at Michigan most recently with Kim Barnes-Arico there in the Big Ten, a wealth of knowledge.
Eschen was trying to find Jenkins on the weak side and tossed it right out of bounds.
Yeah, patience is a virtue, right? You understand where the pass needs to go. Now you just have to have the patience to execute where that pass needs to drop.
Kosa trying to speed through the defense. And we get a whistle, a foul against Georgetown.
Both teams trying to recalibrate right now, a little out of sorts, making some rush decisions. Fosa right there trying to change speed and get to that baseline. Just kind of lost the handle of the basketball after it got deflected. That's really good gap defense there by Kelsey Ransom. Did you see that? I mean, her feet were just in the proper place.
Forced a bad shot by Fosa, but Bryn Farrell was able to get it back and get fouled.
And that's what Providence has relied upon, right? Those second chance opportunities because of their energy on defense right there. You got to chin that ball and protect it. You hold it down by your hip, you're just asking for trouble. That's bees to honey. You got to protect the basketball. That's your mom's purse. You don't want anybody stealing your mom's purse. So you got to hang on to that bad boy. Snatch it.
On the inbound, it goes to Farrell underneath. Tries to toss it up, and it goes down for Farrell.
What in the wide world of sports right there? The degree of difficulty on 1,000 with that reversal and finish under duress.
Even though it was short range, it was somewhat of a prayer.
Yeah.
Just throw it up and hope it goes through. It did for Farrell.
Yeah, Farrell doing damage on the interior. Degree of difficulty, you think you're in a tough spot, but you're not. There's always a way. I like that. Defiance of difficulty right there by Farrell on the inside.
Some big games this year at 27 and a win over Brown. And how about that one from Kelsey Ransom?
They need more of that from her. A lot of the out of bounds underneath the basket plays are meant for her to get the primary touch. And right here you see her coming right down into that dunker spot, short corner, pinch post, whatever you want to call it. The rise and fire ability of Kelsey Ransom, tremendous. And I think she has the ability to play at the next level because of her three-level scoring skill set, as well as her defensive acumen.
It's Farrell with the reach in on the shot, turning it into a three-point play. Now Georgetown only down by 6. Providence is led by as many as 11.
It's the pressure that Georgetown has been able to put on and pursue the basketball in the full court.
Sophie Hall able to get it out to Fosa. Morales with the runner as it doesn't go. And Jiba gets the rebound for Georgetown.
Georgetown's ability to get stops and scores has really made a difference here in the second quarter.
They're going to call an offensive foul. It was away from the basketball.
I think that was an illegal screen right there. They were trying to free Kelsey Ransom up for that straight line drive again.
On Ajiba there. A turnover in front of us. McBride comes away with it for Georgetown.
Kayla McBride is her sister, big WNBA star with the Minnesota Lynx. Look exactly the same. It's cut and paste for me every time I see her. I see Kayla.
John falling well short as Morales comes away with it for the Friars.
McBride doing a good job down inside, sitting in front, not allowing an easy touchdown, and got to the baseline side. Nice defense by the freshman. Tougher shot made.
Olivia Olson unstoppable underneath.
Wasn't easy for her to get that touch. And I like McBride trying to be disruptive down in there. Jumped on the pass to get to the baseline side, try to jam her and wall her up.
That's a three, and it's good. Ransom has gotten red hot here in the second quarter.
And they've needed every drop of Kelsey Ransom's production, especially from range. It's good to see those shots falling for her after she was 0 for 6 the last time these two teams met from range.
She has 11, and she's really taken over here in the second. Bride got the long rebound. Ransom has scored the last 8 points, so she's being fed again. Into a wall and kicked it out.
Ooh, she was dancing with the stars right there. Sorry, Wayne, I leaned it because I thought some bad things were going to happen to the defender right there, but she stayed afloat.
Ajiba takes it and scores.
Yeah, paint points at a premium right now for Georgetown, who has carved this game down to a one-possession contest.
Oh, what a steal by Hessian, going into the front row of seats. Here's Ransom on the other end, has it taken away by Morales. Hessian went flying into the VIP section over here.
Yeah, it's Ed Cooley caught her over here, the men's basketball coach. Good catch, coach. That was good. That's pretty cool.
Shot clock at 5. Ifosa trying to squirt around Hessian. Out to Morales, the three. No good, and a rebound for Georgetown. They could tie it with a 3 on this possession. Providence had an 11-point lead not long ago.
Let's see what they can operate out of this horn set. The two people right at the elbow, good screens.
Ajiba, the offensive rebound. Another try. Can't get it to go.
Right there at the cup. Oh. Just salivating to get that one to drop through. A couple really good looks down inside. Good effort, though. It's the effort for me. I think that's what's gotten Georgetown back into this game.
Look at Olsen backing her way down. She was fouled. The leg brace and all. Olivia Olsen is a force down in the paint.
As readjusting that knee brace on that right knee. Let's take a look. Down on the interior. I mean, she just does a tremendous job of creating opportunities for herself, sitting in front of the defense in a stance, nice and low, staying connected. And that's prime real estate for post players or post opportunity players down there, because guards can get down in there too and do the same thing.
Here's Olsen at the free throw line. Olsen, who is tied with Ariel Jenkins for the most double-doubles in the Big East this year, has 8 points already today with 3 rebounds.
You can be a double-double machine. You're going to get time on the floor. I will say that. I mean, speaking as a former coach, if you can produce, I trust you to bring it. And those are stops. Those rebounds are stops. That's what that equates to. So we need you on the court doing all that work.
Ball movement, Rivera 3. Rivera in a big game last time these two teams met. She scored 19 points. It's been Ransom ready to go here in the second quarter. Look at that move to score 2 more.
Oh my goodness. The little 2-step up and under move down in there. Just a chef's kiss in terms of execution by Kelsey Ransom on the inside for the Hoyas.
She's feeling it here in the second quarter. Yeah. She has 13 overall.
Solid offensive impact by Ransom.
Clock down to 5 for Ifosa against Ransom, who took a spill, and a foul will be called on Ifosa.
Well, that's why those two were the highlighted players when we started this game, Wayne. And Fosa, she's going to bring the force and activity to her primary match. And it's Kelsey Ransom, who was a staunch defender. She's going to beat her to the spot and get dislodged. It's a legal guarding defender. Nicely executed on defense by Ransom.
Ransom on the floor celebrating the call. Here's Hession for three. Offensive rebound chance for Ryan. Georgetown will try again.
Dribble handoff action right here, and another handoff. It's probably going to try to get downhill right here.
Clock at 3. Rivera throws it up. A little more time than she thought.
She rushed that for sure. Her mechanics don't look like that typically from range.
This could be the final possession of the first half. Fosa sets up Olsen, who draws a triple team and scores anyway.
Look like she took an extra step in there, a little hop, but
Ransom with 1 second left gets blocked. And that's how the first half comes to an end. Providence able to hold their lead, although it got pretty dicey. They're
at the rim. And if you're not walled up and established, she's going to go to the line.
If Fosa has 7 points, 3 assists, she will inbound to start this second half. Morales, a good first half as well. 6 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. She takes the inbound pass from Fosa to begin this second half here in D.C.
Georgetown sticking with their man-to-man defense. They're not going to switch a lot of that dribble handoff action that Providence likes to execute. They may switch on those actions, but everything else is straight up.
Hession with a good defense on Morales, who thought she was fouled. Hession runs it up. It's Ransom straight to the basket, bouncing it off, getting the rebound and knocking it through.
Yeah, how about that? I mean, Kelsey Ransom just so quick with her reactions, right? Drew the defense, dropped it to the weak side, a missed shot, and she was right there to pogo stick that thing back in on that weak side.
Archibald wide open, hits the 3.
Archibald, you got to find her and get into that shot pocket and get a high stick arm up just to be disruptive. Clean and easy is really too easy for her to get those threes off and in.
They've been scoreless her last 4 games. She's gone on the board a few times today. Ransom on the offensive rebound. 2 more for Kelsey Ransom. She has 17 of her team's 31.
Yeah, paying things off on the interior on those second chance opportunities on back-to-back possessions for Georgetown. Paying dividends. Now can you maximize your ability to defend and turn that into offense as well?
Ransom has been really a one-woman show for Georgetown today.
She's been on a high clip, on a heater from all 3 levels for Georgetown.
When Farrell scoops it through.
Farrell, I mean, I'm just going to put her right up there. The degree of difficulty shot-making ability that she has possessed and displayed has been really fun to watch today.
Former Florida Gator. There's Ariel Jenkins getting a bucket underneath the basket. Jenkins had a double-double last time these two teams played. She's been a little slow to start today. Ransom had a foul called against her as Farrell got tied up.
I love the quick pace by both teams right here. Ariel Jenkins just off the mark right there. Kelsey Ransom not. I mean, she's just right there, eyes on the basketball. Great timing on that weak side, and Kelsey Ransom just right there in front of the rim. The flick of the wrist gets that one to drop home.
Jenkins gets in position against Olsen. These two have been battling throughout the day. As Jenkins gets her own rebound now, a jumper for Ariel Jenkins.
Yeah, she just has to take her time down inside, right? And get the leverage. She's a strong player. She got her own rebound and got that midi to drop home.
Yeah, pretty good shot from 12 or 14 feet.
And she can knock in some threes, too. Not a lot of times, but sometimes in that trail position, Jenkins can get some triples down.
Farrell got grabbed by Rivera, a foul. As Georgetown has cut the lead to 2, as Providence up by 11 after a 14-0 run in the first quarter. Now here in the third, Georgetown trying to complete this comeback and end a 6-game losing streak. Been a while between victories here for the Hoyas. They have not won since February 5th when they beat Xavier.
Yeah, they've had some really close games, a 5-point game with Villanova. A 5-point game to Marquette that they dropped. So they've been in games, but not closing them out down the stretch has really been a problem.
Last win here was January 22nd. They beat St. John's. So it's been a while since Georgetown has celebrated a win on their home court. That ball knocked out of bounds, last touched by Jenkins and the Hoyas.
We were talking about Ariel Jenkins and her ability to hit those short corner shots. I mean, she shoots at 34% from 3. She hasn't taken a ton of them, but she has a nice touch.
Providence made some threes earlier. Remember, they hit 3 of their first 5. They have not attempted many since then, as Farrell got grabbed by Jenkins near the basket.
Yeah, no foul called, though. I thought maybe there could have been. She broke the plane on this play right here. Kind of broke the principle of verticality.
And Farrell able to get that one to drop through. So Bryn Farrell has scored a couple here in this third quarter.
Here comes Georgetown here trying to get organized in the quarter court. Providence, you see they're sticking with their man-to-man principles.
Eshin pops one up, but rimmed out, and a rebound for Bandoma.
I think Eshin thought she was going to get hit and kind of pulled her arm out of the shot and took the power away from the shot.
Bandoma trying to get in position against Jenkins and got herself tied up into a jump ball.
Nicely executed footwork down inside by Ariel Jenkins. Defensively right there on that spin move to tie it up for a jump.
Like Bandoma just kind of lost her way when she saw Jenkins standing in front of her.
It's like the shade of an oak tree right there with Ariel Jenkins standing 6'6".
There's a poke in the eye on Rivera, and Bandoma's going to get called for the offensive foul.
She's okay. The shock of that is always something else. I know you can't really see your eyes watering and everything. You take a look, number 3 underneath.
An elbow to the throat, actually.
Oh, it was the throat, yeah. And that has also happened to me. It's not good. It's like hyperventilating.
Oh. We'll have a timeout here on the floor as the refs take a look at that last foul. Big East basketball is sponsored by Jeep. There's only one here in D.C. today, Providence and Georgetown. There was an official review on the last foul, which was an elbow to the throat of Victoria Rivera by Bandoma.
Right, you take a look right here, and just caught her right in front of the neck. But that was deemed a common foul. You see the contact right there. And they adjudicated and said the call stands on the floor. Common foul.
A foul on Bandoma for that elbow to the throat. Looks like Rivera's good to go. She's back in the game. It will be Georgetown basketball.
Play on. And she was right where she needed to be defensively.
Rivera showing her toughness. Just spit the teeth out, keep going, right?
Keep it moving. Row the boat, keep rowing the boat. Providence right here. Just trying to play some good defense on Ransom and trying to have that second line right there to clog her up in the gap. Nicely executed defensively.
Rivera misses the 3. Jenkins pushes for the rebound, but stepped out of bounds. Ariel Jenkins got in a good position as far as the rebound was concerned, but couldn't keep her foot from touching the line.
The lower you get, the better your balance is. And I think she was just a bit off balance there when she corralled that rebound inside.
Archibald, that's a long 2, and she swings it from about 20 feet there as Emily Archibald's had a good game.
Yeah, she's been tremendous. She's been able to knock in that 3 a couple of times in this game, but only a 21% shooter from range coming into this game.
7 points. She had 12 the last time out against Villanova after having a bit of a scoring drought before that. Jenkins against Bandoma. That's 2 for Jenkins with a good move to the basket.
Well, it looks like they're trying to isolate down inside. Let Ariel Jenkins eat on the interior.
Archibald airballs that time. As Ransom brings it up for the Hoyas. Ransom thought there was some contact, but no foul was called.
And that in-and-out dribble clears so much space for Kelsey Ransom because she does it with such ferocity and speed.
Nice job by Archibald to get in position for that offensive rebound. She knocked it out of bounds. Will be Georgetown ball here. You know, Providence has led throughout. Georgetown has closed the gaps quite a bit, but they have not been able to get over the hump of this comeback.
Right, and that's what we were talking about, right, at halftime. Georgetown's ability to turn Providence over 10 times in that first half, but only scoring 5 points off.
Well, timeout on the floor here in D.C. Present a new postseason tournament, the College Basketball Crown. 16 teams from the top conferences put it all on the line for a new kind of madness. Coming this March live from Las Vegas and only on Fox. Buy tickets now in the Vivid Seats app or at vividseats.com for the College Basketball Crown.
Love that.
March Madness will start to sweep the nation soon. Conference tournaments about to begin. Of course, the NCAA tournament not far away as well. Olivia Olson, Ariel Jenkins tied for the Big East lead in double-doubles. Jenkins closing in on 8 points, 6 rebounds. Olson has scored 12.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a battle on the interior. Olson did most of her damage in that first half, and Georgetown has been able to quell that with their ability to take away the painted area and those easy touches. But Jenkins has come alive here in the second half as they are continuing to try to establish her down inside as she got denied.
And it was Sarah Bandoma with a block. Now a foul is called against Ransom. And just a span of a few seconds there, Providence has a couple of things go their way.
You can see Darnell Haney. He was intentional out of that timeout to go right back to Ariel Jenkins inside. She received that cut off the screen at the elbow. Just couldn't pay it off inside.
Bandoma had been at St. Francis, where she led the Northeast Conference in blocks a couple of years ago. After a takeaway, Ransom tries to bring it back and can't get it to fall. Morales quickly up ahead. Archibald being pressed underneath by McBride.
Good stabilizing organizational pause there by Archibald.
The ball rolls out of bounds. We've seen a good number of turnovers from Providence, but they have been the ones to have a sizable advantage in points off the turnovers.
Right, and that's the big difference maker, right? When you can get live ball turnovers, it's not just throwing it out of bounds. Obviously, that counts as a turnover, but when you can maximize your efforts in live ball situations and push tempo and get easy offense, that makes a big difference.
Farrell with the basket plus the foul. With the shot clock winding down, Farrell went on the attack.
Just 3 seconds remained on the shot clock. She knew she had a grenade in her hands and had to rip and go. Rivera gave her that half-step advantage to the rack. And she paid it off with the contact and the ability to go for a triple try the old-fashioned way.
She misses the free throw as Ransom brings it up for Georgetown. Rivera, quick three. Left it short and a rebound for Farrell. Flyers trying to extend their lead as they have seen it get trimmed here throughout the day. Now up by 6 with the ball.
Providence disallowing second opportunities inside by Georgetown, and bodies on the deck.
All over the place, yeah.
We said at the same time. Yeah, all over the place. There's bodies everywhere. Everybody hustling for the 50-50 opportunities that are rebounds.
So Georgetown trying to break a 6-game losing streak. Providence, after a 2-9 start in conference play, they've been .500 over their last 6 games. They've gone 3-3, and they're trying to win 4 out of their last 7 in the regular season before the Big East tournament starts in a week.
Well, all you have to do is give a competitive group something to rally around, and as we said in that first half, I mean, the 10 seniors that Providence possesses on their roster, they're all playing for one another. And despite the myriad of injuries to the point guard position, they have been able to collectively find a way to impact the game in their own way, and that's tough.
As Jenkins called for an offensive foul to give the ball back to Providence.
This is a 1-4 high set. We're going to get Olsen established at that elbow.
Pass into traffic, but it was last touched by Georgetown.
Well, I thought Olsen was the one who should have been the recipient on that because of the crowd that was drawn on that cut.
Quiet third quarter here for Olsen after a big first half.
She was solid, especially in that first quarter. It's the ability to sit down right in front of the rim and finish.
With some space, Morales hits the three.
Morales knocked in a couple triples in that first half, too, to give Providence a little bit of cushion, even after Georgetown made a push to close it to a 3-point deficit.
Providence up by 9. Their biggest lead was 11. Ransom tracks down the rebound. McBride with a 3-point try. She was fouled from behind.
Yeah, Fosa tried to get a piece of that shot from behind the shooter. McBride, the freshman, is going to go to the line.
This will be 3 at the line here. McBride is 8 for 9 from the free throw line this year.
Let's take a look right here. Oh, it wasn't a Fosa, I'm sorry. And there's the missed shot.
Farrell, who came in.
Okay.
Try to disrupt that 3 from the top of the arc, and now the lefty McBride hits the first free throw. She got 2 more of those. Mentioned her sister Kayla, who was a star at Notre Dame before becoming a WNBA All-Star.
Yeah, she's been in a couple of games to cheer on her sister. Elizabeth Williams also here. Star at Duke, also in the WNBA with the Chicago Sky. But Kayla McBride with the Minnesota Lynx. And how great is that to have a big sister with all the WNBA friends as well coming to see you play? That's magnificent as we start Women's History Month.
This is Fosa leaving it too short. Bandoma was able to grab it though. Bandoma along the post against a double team, kicks it out. Fosa 3. Ransom tracks it down, at least got in front of it so it could roll out of bounds.
That was smart. Kelsey Ransom knew that she was not going to be able to probably stay in bounds if she did reach for the basketball in the possession. But it bounced right out.
Almost bounced off those drums here with the band near us.
The band has been banding, I will say. It's been fun listening to them today.
Jenkins slips the defender and gets the easy layup.
Yeah, they are putting Ariel Jenkins to work downstairs. And now here's the pressure. A 1-2-1-1 again by Georgetown.
Olsen tried to dump it off. It was taken away. A steal by Hessian. By the time Providence extends their lead, Georgetown comes bouncing right back. Ransom trying to shed Olsen.
Georgetown needs a little bit better spacing here. Try to maneuver and execute.
Bride in traffic misses the jumper, and Olsen whips away the rebound. Final minute of this third quarter with Providence still holding this lead. Georgetown keeps trying to complete this comeback, but they haven't been able to. And Morales missing the 3. Bandoma goes up, gets the bucket, plus the foul.
Yeah, got to get a body on. And that's just tough. First of all, defensively for Georgetown, as disruptive as they've been, on this one, a couple of miscues. You go underneath on a 3-point shooter on the screen up top, even though that shot didn't go in. But then you miss out on a body underneath to keep Providence off the glass. I mean, just a couple of possession game here. A 2 or 3 possession game if you hit some 2s or 3s. But those rebounds are possessions, and those are invaluable as this game is headed into the fourth quarter, sir.
Providence up by 6, even with the rebound advantage, the turnover advantage. Georgetown still behind here. And a big reason why is because they're not making their shots.
Right.
And they've only made 30% for the day. They're 3 of 15 from 3-point range. So even though they have advantages in other categories, you still got to make the shots.
Exactly. And then again, you can apply more defensive pressure that Georgetown's very good at, but it's a moot point if you can't start it with a bucket.
Offensive rebound. Fosa tried to grab it but couldn't hang on. Now Ransom is having some issues but able to get it through. It's a long shot from Hessian at the buzzer, but it's no good. So Providence may
times to only have 7 points off of those speaks to the inefficiency of their offensive production. Like, if you can defend that way and have 7 steals, then you got to pay that off with some bucket making ability, and Georgetown needs that here. Only 6 points down. So if they can close the gap by doing that in this game, that'll be fun to watch.
Fosa got open trying to get around Ransom and hits the jumper.
And nicely executed with composure on the offensive end by Providence right there. Got it to the second side and got exactly what they wanted off that screening action. Got Kelsey Ransom out of the play. Got a free and easy bucket there.
Well, Ransom's been chasing around the one girl on the floor that might be faster than her.
Yeah, honestly. Oh.
A block from Nariah Scott. She's had a couple of those, but Scott lost it immediately back.
Oh.
Hessian pickpocketed Scott.
The splits for me. Kelsey Ransom, wow, how did she even do that?
Sure she knows right now. McBride drives the baseline, and there's some contact as the ball floats out of bounds. There was a foul.
Contact down inside, and we've seen a lot of bodies on the deck in this contest, Wayne. I mean, we were just talking about this. The block shot by Scott right there, and then look at the block from behind, and then look at Kelsey Ransom. Right foot on red on that one, playing some twister. But save the possession for the Hoyas, and they go down the other side and get fouled.
So it's McBride at the free throw line here as she hits the first. Seems like Georgetown's been chasing and been within striking distance all day, but they have not been able to come back into a tie game or take the lead back from Providence.
It's got to be consecutive stops, right? I mean, they're getting stops here and there, but, you know, Providence is scoring 2 or 3 times and then they get a stop. It's got to be 3 or more consecutive stops and then 3 or more consecutive scores, right? And that's the challenge right now. A little double screen up top for Providence trying to clear a downhill attack.
Providence has been using this bigger lineup here in the second half. They've had Bandoma and Olsen in the game together quite a bit here.
Yeah, and they're trying to dominate the glass, and Georgetown has been trying to attack the painted area a little harder and trying to be more intentional with getting touches to Jenkins.
Well, Jenkins is now in foul trouble. That's her 4th foul. She's headed to the bench, and it will be Myrick's in the game instead. So that's a big one for Georgetown to be without. As there's Bandoma off a quick move, able to get an open look near the basket.
Let me tell you what, if you're on your entire foot defensively inside, Bandoma's going to kill you. You got to be on your toes. You got to have a high hand and pick a side. And that's tough to pick a side when the offense is established right in front of the basket.
You look at Bandoma's numbers today. I mean, she has been well above her season norms. But you see her size and her quickness, and you wonder what's taken her so long.
Yeah. Bandoma has just been terrific. I mean, that's exactly where you want to go. You want to plant yourself as an offensive threat right in front of the rim.
Made good on 57% of her tries this year. Ransom had it taken away. Providence with an 8-point lead here. They've led by as many as 11. Trying to make it a double-digit lead once again. Scott to Olsen underneath and a foul.
Well, they put Georgetown in rotation right there. And good offensive patience once again by Providence. Erin Bath gives her team a couple of hand claps because Myrick was just a little late on the help the helper principle defensively. There's the initial help, but you got to help the helper too. And when you hear the philosophy of be on a string, sometimes people don't know what that means. Like if you're all holding a rope and someone pulls the rope one way, you all have to move at the same time, right? And Myrick's was a beat late on that weak side and ended up fouling and not being established as a legal guard and defender there at the rim.
Olsen can get the Providence lead back to 10 with this free throw, and she does. So it's a double-digit lead again for the Friars. It has seemed like all day that you believe Georgetown would find a way to come back. They had cut the lead to 2 a couple of times.
Right.
And now Providence has stretched it back out.
Let's see what they can come up with here on the offensive end. Again, Providence has had solid gap discipline, just allowing those straight line drives that Georgetown covets.
Well, Georgetown does not have Jenkins out there right now. McBride gets fouled. With Jenkins on the bench, Ransom had that big second quarter. Otherwise, she's been kind of quiet.
She has, and you know they're not getting. She didn't even have a touch in this last possession, right? And whether or not she shoots it is a moot point, right? If she gets a touch, the defense is going to have to morph to where she is, regardless of if she has the ball or not. But the fact that she didn't touch the ball, I don't know if I like that. Right? You got to put them in rotation with passes and catches from Ransom.
Fouls on Farrell. She has 4 fouls, so she is on the bench now as well. Quite a bit of time here. 7.5 minutes to go, and a couple of girls in foul trouble on both sides. McBride hits her free throws and makes it an 8-point game. Georgetown trying to cut out a 6-game losing streak here at the end of the regular season. This is the finale for both teams.
A little zone here by Georgetown at 2-3. Let's see if that can disrupt the flow and rhythm offensively by Providence.
Morales a 3, left it short. And a rebound for Georgetown.
Providence had that fade screen action on the top line of the zone, just missed on that triple.
Here comes Ransom. Morales all over her, and a foul will be called, although Morales doesn't seem to agree.
Morales thought that she was vertical. Maybe there was a little bit of breaking of that principle of verticality on that, but got to have those upper arms planted at the ears, and they were after it came down. It's like, yeah, you were here, but like you came down first and then went back up. I remember those days trying to sell it. Got to keep them up all the time.
That foul, it's bonus time for Georgetown. Will be at the free throw line after each foul from here.
Still sitting in that zone. Let's see if they can operate around that screen this time.
Scott lost it out of bounds, and it's turnover from Providence.
And that's the last place you want to go, is in a corner on a zone, especially with a trapping team like Georgetown.
Timeout with 6:38 to go.
Georgetown's defense becoming a problem, trying to be a stifling factor to a possible late run by the Hoyas.
Close game brewing here in D.C. 54-48 as Providence has had the lead throughout. Georgetown has not gone away here this afternoon.
No, they haven't. I mean, look at the stats. I mean, we already discussed the turnovers, but it's the second chance points for me. Georgetown not shooting at a highly efficient clip. But if they can get some second chance opportunities, they already have a 15-6 advantage. That could make a huge jump for them to close this game out here at home. But they've got to get to the glass, and they've got to pay off those second chance opportunities. So Providence has done a good job in this game on the glass, obviously, but can Georgetown maximize their opportunities with second and third chances at it on the offensive end?
Bride, now that one tipped.
Just obviously one look there and no second chance opportunities on that one, but Georgetown's got to send more than one body to the rim.
Providence has shot well today, 45% from the field. They've had a lot done in the paint, and Olivia Olsen has been a really big reason for that.
She just has such a quick rip. Her ability to finish in there has been prime time in this game.
It's out of bounds, and it will stay with Georgetown. 6 minutes left. Providence has been able to carry a single-digit lead for the most part throughout this game. Georgetown had a 3-0 lead after the first basket of the game from Siobhan Ryan. That's the only time Georgetown's been in front.
Looking for the lob for Rivera. She just mishandled it.
Takes it back toward the paint and scores anyway.
That's right where she wanted to shoot it on that lob opportunity on the inbounds play.
Right off the Big East logo to make it a 6-point game again.
Now can you get stops if you're Georgetown? Can you get a couple in a row? Or maybe even thrice? Can you get 3 of them?
Farrell dragged her foot, looked like, but a foul was before that.
Still plenty of time, but if you're Providence, right, you have to do with what has been going well for you, and that's getting the ball down inside. Olsen has been paying it off. Maybe put Morales and Olsen on the same side and force difficult defensive decisions by Georgetown.
Ifosa with the runner off the glass.
That was just a tough finish. Ifosa, straight line drive to the rim. One of the best defenders in the Big East, Kelsey Ransom on her hip.
Those two have been attached to each other all day. It's been a good battle as they have been just blazing up and down the court.
But I love how they attack the hip of the defender.
McBride hits the jumper. That's her first basket. Even though she has 9 points, the first 7 are all at the free throw line.
Yeah, McBride did a tremendous job right there, creating the space with the jab step, keeping the defender honest to put it on the deck or not. Had it in the triple threat position and then got right into the shot pocket to let it go.
That's the midway point of this fourth quarter. It has remained a close game. Olsen against Jenkins. Remember, Jenkins has 4 fouls.
Right, almost shot the gap and got a deflection.
Shot clock at 3. It's Ifosa against a double team, and Providence will run out of time.
And that's that staunch defense. That's what Georgetown needs right here to close. As we said, I mean, a 5-point loss to Villanova, a 5-point loss to Marquette most recently. Just down the stretch, they haven't been able to materialize in terms of producing off of their defense. Let's see if they can do it on this possession here.
Ransom's had a good game, 19 points, 9 rebounds. A 3 here, drops for Ransom. A big shot with 4 minutes left. It's a 3-point game.
Major bucket by a major player, Kelsey Ransom. Not playing any games, it's just trying to get to that basketball right there.
It's Olsen with the kick out. It's Archibald for 3. Too short. Ransom now a double-double, gets her 10th rebound.
How about that? I mean, she's a magnet to the basketball at this juncture.
Out to Hessian.
Cross match right here. Olsen not closing out on McBride all the way to the line.
All this time, Georgetown's been behind, but close.
High ball screen by Jenkins.
Ransom takes it, but can't get it. Jenkins offensive rebound and a jump ball with Olsen. Possession arrow, Georgetown, they'll keep it.
That's what we're talking about, the second chance opportunities. Ariel Jenkins, AKA Ajax, cleaning the glass down inside. And Kelsey Ransom right here. Defense goes under the screen, mistake. That's all net for range. Bench going crazy.
High arching 3, and now Ransom back under the basket. Makes it a 1-point game.
And here we go. Buckle in right here in DC. Ahoy is making a solid push.
This is as close as it's been since Providence took the lead early in the first quarter.
Providence head coach Erin Bath imploring her team to get organized here.
Ifosa gets fouled by Ransom. Providence went on a 14-0 run in the first quarter. That's what gave them the lead. They've held it ever since. Georgetown has been able to just chip away throughout the afternoon, and they've got a shot here with 3 minutes to go.
It's all about stops and scores, and second chance opportunities made for Georgetown right now in a 1-point game.
7-0 run for Georgetown to close the gap to 1. Providence trying to cut it, shot clock at 5. Ifosa, the jumper, gets a big bucket.
Somebody had to screen Kelsey Ransom off to give Ifosa that clean look. And you could see Kelsey Ransom saying somebody needs to call the screen. You've got to use a high level of communication there to talk to your teammates.
Ransom's been rolling again. She has 26.
Back and forth we go. Those two have been going at it in this game. Just 2 minutes.
Ransom nearing 2,000 career points, only about 40 away. Ifosa goes back and gets 2 more. The battle brewing all day between Ifosa and Ransom as they trade baskets late.
It's Venus and Serena right now. It's a tennis match with these two. Back and forth we go with it.
3-point game, and it's Rivera missing the jumper. A foul is called, and I think it's on Jenkins. No, it's going to be Ransom who gets the foul called against her for taking down Ifosa.
She has an incredulous reaction to that whistle.
And for what it's worth, although a little bit of time left here, that's the 4th foul for Ransom as well.
That is the 5th team foul. So they will get to the line.
26 points, 10 rebounds. Ransom's been incredible here today.
Right here you see on the rebound, yeah, Ransom just clearing with that right arm. Contact and extension with the right forearm. And then looking at Providence, shoots at 71% from the free throw line this season as a team.
Ransom had a career high 35 points against Villanova earlier this year. Ifosa is turning in a nice day as well as she gets a couple of big free throws. Ifosa now with 17.
This back screen action trying to clear Rivera. Didn't get it to her.
It's Hession at 3, and she was fouled on the back end by Farrell. That'll be her 5th foul.
Yeah, that's Farrell's 5th right there. Trying to close out on the shooter. La Jolla's going for a triple. On that offensive possession, it was good 5-out motion movement that they created to get the shot. High arching moon ball off the back of the rim.
Now Hession at the free throw line. The last 15 points in this game have been scored by either Ifosa or Ransom.
Oh man, that is phenomenal.
This turned into just a heavyweight fight between those two. Ifosa has scored the last 8 for Providence, and Ransom the last 7 for Georgetown. Hession breaks that streak by hitting the first of 3 free throws.
Who's going to be standing at when that bell rings? That's the answer that we are anxiously awaiting here.
Hession is an 80% free throw shooter, so she's the perfect one for Georgetown here to get a chance at 3. With 1:20 to go, it's a 2-point game.
And now the pressure by Georgetown after those made free throws.
Providence will try to slow it down now. And both teams are in the bonus as far as free throws.
Georgetown has showed some zone, but right back to their man-to-man.
Under a minute to go in a 2-point game in D.C. This is Mariah Scott. Shot clock at 3. Throws it up. A long jumper, no good. Rebound being fought for, and it's out of bounds off of Jenkins. It stays with the Friars.
Darnell Haney is clapping, though. He's like, I like that defense, though. I like the defense. Ariel Jenkins just not able to corral it with both hands. Lost the handle of it on the baseline, but it was a good fight defensively. Providence had to shoot late in the shot clock. Scott off the mark.
Now 45 seconds left. Providence has been just barely holding on to this lead all day long. They just need to hang on a little bit longer. There was a collision. No foul was called. Now Rivera fights for a loose ball. And a jump ball is called. Possession arrow stays with Providence. It's 5 on the shot clock. 34 seconds left in the game. Both teams still have 3 timeouts. Nobody using them. Inbound pass to Archibald. Shot clock at 2. That's off the front of the rim. A loose ball rebound for Hession. 25 seconds left. Georgetown down by 2. It's in the hands of Kelsey Ransom. She has 26 points, and there's a timeout called by the Hoyas with 21 and a half on the clock.
It's been an Efosa and Ransom heavyweight battle in this one. Efosa off the bounce, gets that midi to drop. Can Georgetown do it on the other end when we come back? Ransom says just maybe we can.
Look at what's at stake here. Providence has a 2-point lead over Georgetown. They have had the lead for about 98% of this game. But it only matters who has the lead at the end. And with 21.5 seconds to go, Georgetown has a shot at a big comeback here.
Well, for me, I'm going to go for the win. I'm going to take the 3. No, I don't know. But I'm pretty bold-minded. But I trust the fact that they're going to organize here, set the proper screens to get the look that they want, whether it be a 2 or a 3. But they have plenty of time. So maybe something to get Kelsey Ransom on the move for a straight-line drive to the rack.
They haven't made many threes. What they have done is getting to the free throw line. Yeah. They're 16 for 16 at the free throw line today. That's helped them stay close.
But that back line for Providence has been right on point defensively, especially when Ransom is involved.
Well, you know they're looking for her. Hession with 14 seconds left. Leaves it for Jenkins and rolled it right out of bounds. And now Hession is slow to get up. You know, interestingly, in that huge possession for Georgetown, Ransom never touched the ball.
No, and I think they were looking to establish her on the block, and they have to be patient on that action, right? Let her sit down on the lane line. And then she emptied out, and then that drive occurred to the basket.
10 seconds left, a timeout. Georgetown's going to have to foul when we come back. Kelsey Ransom has been dynamite today for Georgetown, but she did not touch the ball in that huge possession for the Hoyas, which resulted in a turnover.
Yeah, you saw her cut right to that ball side block, but then the drive occurred. I think they should have entered it right into Ransom on the block. Keep that spacing. I mean, she had a face front seal, which is so coveted on the block. They weren't playing her high side, low side. She had them straight behind. Ransom with the defender straight behind needs the ball.
You think that would have been the exact person they're looking for on that.
Bounce pass it in there and let her work.
It didn't happen, and now Georgetown is going to have to foul here with 10 seconds left. Take the chances with Providence going to the free throw line. Really a frustrating one for Georgetown if they can't pull this off, because they have been so close to completing this comeback today so many times, and they just have not been able to even it up.
No, I mean, Ransom over 1,500 points, over 500 assist and boards.
Get it into Efosa, and now that's 5 fouls for Ransom. She's out. Georgetown will have to do it here in the end without their best player. Kelsey Ransom fouls out with 8 seconds left. You know, someone else on the floor needed to come up and make that foul.
Yeah, man. Or at least put your hand up. Be in the area and just put your hand up like, no, that's me, and not Kelsey Ransom.
What a performance by Ransom today.
That's a tough break for Georgetown.
Efosa about 80% at the free throw line. She's had a great game too.
She has. She's been lightning in a bottle. I mean, her speed is incredible.
Let's see if she can close it out here at the line. She gets the first one, making it a 3-point game. It'll be a tall task here for Georgetown if this free throw drops for Efosa, and it does. 4-point lead for the Friars. Georgetown will spend its last timeout. Providence still has 2 remaining. At this point, Providence just looking to close it out and get a big road win before the conference tournament starts. Efosa has scored the last 10 points for Providence. She really put the team on her back here in the final minutes.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, she's taken it upon herself to be responsible in these possessions, whether it be offensively or defensively, to come up with big plays.
There'll be 4 wins in the last 7 games for Providence if they hang on, and you know, good dose of momentum for the Friars to head into the Big East tournament, even though their overall record is not what they wanted. And playing well in the final month of the regular season could lead to good things in the tournament.
No doubt about it. You want to be playing your best basketball in terms of momentum, in terms of fluidity, in terms of understanding, right? I know coaches at this juncture, I mean, you coach in November for these moments to come to fruition. And for Aaron Bath and Providence, they've done just that. As you said, 3-3 in their last 6. You want to build that strong force going into postseason play to give your team a chance. But you have to trust that everyone's on the same page in terms of understanding and the accountability of execution.
A 4-point lead. Georgetown will just look for a quick bucket here. I imagine they try to get it down low to Jenkins, just score as fast as they can.
Or maybe an elevator action and gets the triple. Let's see if they get some screens set.
Already taking too long here with 5 seconds left. Now 3. McBride. That one's nowhere near. So Georgetown took too much time to get that shot off. And this one will come to a close here in Washington, D.C. A valiant effort by the Hoyas, trailing for the large portion of this game. But Providence seals the win on the road as the Friars take it 66-62.